We just hit 1 million coins! Most of it thanks to one method we're doing over and over again. But we're going to start with our saved packs for Road to the Knockout. If you're looking for cheap and safe EAFC 24 coins, look no further than u4gm.com and use my code ELYT, ELYYT, for a limited time 10% off at checkout. Despite the glitch saying I have 4 packs, I have 2, but they're both pretty big. 85 plus gold and a jumbo rare players pack. We're looking for Erling Haaland, Bukayo Saka, Osimhen, Mahrez? Not necessarily what we were hoping for. I guess it could have been worse, but not by a ton. That's okay, because we're getting an RTTK in this pack. Let me see it. French. CDM. Oh no. Wait, Chouameni? I guess that's all right. He's usable. He's only 84 rated. You would hope for a little bit more out of a 100k pack. Aja Bide is not too bad underneath. She goes for about 4k. Plus, I have some Nigerians in my squad right now. I can throw her at striker and make a full Nigerian attack if I wanted to, but I absolutely cannot get rid of Alex Morgan up there. Her finesse shot is absolutely unreal. The trading method that has made me the most coins, and we covered it in another episode, is solution trading. This is where I'm finding common gold cards and selling them on for thousands of coins more than what I got them for. I might buy for 600 coins and sell for 4k. Now my transfer list here might not have every single card selling for 4,000 coins, but a lot of them do. And this is only one set of cards out of several hundred that we flipped in the last 24 hours. And the way to make coins off of this can be in a couple different ways, but at the basic level, it is going to FUP in, finding an advanced SBC like Hybrid Nations, going to any of the windows, and then clicking on the very first squad. Now, if you can get in earlier than a lot of the other people, then you'll end up making profit, because you'll see a lot of players in here that basically say 200 coins, like Bellingi. And so we're going to search for Bellingi on the market right now and see what he's actually going for. And if we're in here early enough, we can get him for 200 coins. But as you can see, he doesn't stay for 200 coins very long. Now he's over 1,000, over 2,000, and that's where he's at, a card listed for 2,000 coins and probably going up pretty quickly. You've got a couple at 2,400, 2,500 coins. And yeah, that did not take very long to sell. But you can take it a step farther. You could find some cards that are currently listed on Footbin for 400 coins, and those ones that are most volatile, try to fit them into a team yourself and then submit that so it pops up for other people to do as their SBC. And that way you can make your investments on these cards before you even submit that SBC. Now that is risky, because if it doesn't pop up as the cheapest solution, then you might be wasting your time. But when it does work, you're making bank. We also traded with our Friday trading method, which is basically like taking any of the new promo cards that are expensive and high rated, making an investment on them on day number 1, like 6 to 8 hours after they come out, and then waiting until the night when everybody's asleep and the card gets super rare to list him up and hopefully make a lot of coin. And here's the Road to the Knockout team. We looked at Osimhen mostly. I was monitoring Bruno Fernandes, and unfortunately, Bruno would have been a much better trade. It's a trading method that was super effective last year, but we gave it a go on day number 1 for the Friday trading method. The first time we could have used it, we used it, and unfortunately, it really didn't make us much profit. We did profit, but it was like 5,000 coins, and I took my coins and got out of there just in case, which I might come to regret. I bought him at the perfect time. We timed it perfectly. It was a bit over 8 hours after the release of the cards, and then he started rising and getting rare into the night, and he was rare. In fact, there were less than 10 cards listed on the market almost the entire time. The only problem was no one was buying them, so he barely rose in price, and now he's 700,000 coins, which is about what I sold him for, actually slightly less, and now I'm worried that I sold too early. But it's still very early on in the game, just over week 1. Technically, it was the first day of the standard edition, so I don't want to take any huge risks on this new market, which has done a lot of crazy things already, like crash twice. And with the Friday trading method working so well in FIFA 23, I wanted to stick with what I knew. And sometimes those cards crash going into the second day. Sometimes they do go up. This might be the latter, but I'm not willing to take that risk and lose 100,000 coins on a card this early in the game. But we will learn how these cards trend over the next 24 hours and use that knowledge in future weeks. We did save this rare Electrum Players pack, honestly, because the SBC was just super expensive in marquee matchups yesterday. That was why. Don't tease me here, EA. Oh my days. Every time we get a striker from France, I start sweating a little bit. We made it to level 15 now, and we have a choice between Wilms and Baltimore, and I'm just gonna go with whichever player gets commented down below the most. Now, Baltimore only has 3-star, 2-star, might be a super sub for me. Wilms doesn't have a ton of crazy stats from right back, but she is Dutch and in Bundesliga, so she'd get at least 2 chem in my team. It might be the way to go. Go ahead and comment which one you guys want me to take. I'm just going to go with whichever one gets the most comments on this Trading to Glory episode. And before we hop into the next segment, guys, can we smash 800 likes for episode 8 of Trading to Glory? And don't forget to subscribe with those notifications on. SBC fodder becomes to get more and more enticing every single day, and it begs the question, when do we pull the trigger and actually buy a lot of these cards, and what rating do we buy? So we're going to take a look at that right now. 85s are looking pretty good. 3.4 thousand coins on those cards. We're looking at cards that were close to 10,000 coins at this time already last year and continued to rise into October. And so you're looking at very, very low risk on 85s. I think 3.4K is very, very solid. Now, when we look at squad building challenges that have come out recently, you've got Victor Boniface, who is actually a pretty decent SBC value with just an 83 rated squad, I believe, with one 85 rated player, which meant that you could go with a bunch of 82s and 81s. And so it really didn't have an impact on the market because almost everybody could do that from players in their club, maybe having to go out and buy 1 or 2 players. And then we got Bruno Guimaraes, who is so expensive at about 220,000 coins that he only got 10% upvotes. So you've got a lot of the community who are saying, all right, I do have the coins for him and I might have some fodder to work with, but it's definitely not worth me spending all of these coins on this card this early into the game. I'm gonna pass on him. And then you've got a lot of people who are simply not able to afford him yet. And so he is not really having a huge impact on the SBC fodder market. But 85s for me look the best out of anything. They are pretty low in price, but they're not discard, whereas 84s are completely discard price right now, or not even discard price, but they're at their lowest point you can list them for. So it might take a little bit longer for them to get off the ground. I'm not saying that they won't work out in the long term, but 85s really look a little bit better to me than 84s. And then you're looking at some of the high rated cards like 89s that are under 20,000 coins. You might be looking at a little bit of a longer hold, but now that we're getting into these promos, RTTK, we're going to see more player SBCs. And at this rate, with all of the content that EA are dropping, they've already gone into objectives and dropped like 84 times 5s, 85 plus player packs, etc. It's only a matter of time before they start dropping those into SBCs, and that's going to have a huge impact on the higher rated fodder market. So we're going to continue to monitor this. I really do think that these prices are very, very good and safe. The only problem is you don't know when EA are going to start dropping those SBCs that really push these cards up. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, and so you might be waiting a little bit longer than you want. The meta gold market is finally seeing some green for the first time. You're looking at Darwin Nunez right now at 13.5, and they've been dropping in pretty much the entire market, but especially those lower rated cards have been really falling in price. And now you're looking at a huge drop from 17K all the way down to 10K, and then he saw a little bit of a rebound over the last 12 to 24 hours, which is really nice, from 10 to 14,000 coins. And so the question that you guys are going to ask me is this going to continue? Are these cards going to continue to go up in price? Rafael Leao, as an example, a little bit higher rated, 142K. His low point was about 133. So a little bit of a rebound on these cards. And the answer for you guys is that the low rateds like Ansu Fati have absolutely no chance, guys. The best you're going to do on these cards are play the rebounds. Buy them when they crash. His card went from 6.8 thousand coins down to 3.6. So he dropped half in price. Then he went from 4.7 down to 2.1, dropped more than half in price, and then a little bit of a rebound. So he's at 2.93 thousand coins right now. it's only a matter of time before he drops half in price again with the next bit of supply. These cards they can't be helped. They're 78 rated. They're way too low. Now, some of the higher rated cards could hold on, especially the likes of Heung-min Son, because his card is out of pack, so the supply isn't hurting him. He's obviously a little bit higher rated, so he wasn't packed quite as much as those other cards in the first week of the game, and he's held his value very, very well. While other cards, you guys saw that graph go down, 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 he's pretty much held his value. He has gotten down to about 104,000 coins and peaked at 122, which right now he's at 118, but he's been relatively stable in comparison, and that is mainly because he's out of pack. So when you look at all of the Team of the Week 2 cards or all of the Road to the Knockout cards, you're going to see those cards a little bit more stable on their golds because they're just not getting packed. The supply isn't there. Now, come Wednesday, that might change because we maybe get a daily SBC or promo packs, but then on Thursday, we're definitely getting marquee matchups, and then Weekend League begins. But Weekend League, despite the fact that it's going to bring a lot of supply during the weekend, as we get closer to the weekend, it's going to bring a lot of demand. So those cards that are meta and really fit into people's God squads that they can build early on, or any of the teams that you would want to take into Weekend League, getting your links, getting your metas, those cards are going to have some sort of spike in the next coming days. So if you want to try to gauge these little crashes, I guess you could say, where we saw that Ansu Fati, and we've seen it for higher rateds as well. Maybe we use a better example than Ansu Fati. Maybe we look at Rafael Leao or Dembele. These cards have dropped as well, but they are much more subject to recover. So we saw that card go from about 300,000 coins to 210K, but he didn't have any huge drops at the supply, and right now he's 220. So he's much lower than what he was over the weekend. I could see a little bit of a recovery. You're looking at 10 to 20, 25% if you're really lucky and get some great deals on bid or maybe a snipe on profit going into this weekend. But what I do stress is that you want to look at the graph, see what they've been trending at, and as you can see, he was 214,000 coins 2 hours ago, so I wouldn't be buying him for 220. I'd be trying to get him closer to 210. But that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and use the word grind in the comments down below, because it is 6:04 a.m. You can see that there. And I have to go to work here in about an hour. So I got to get this video uploaded, go to work, and then I've got another video for you guys coming out later today. So sleep is just not happening for me tonight. So if you guys want to show some support, drop a like, drop a comment with the word grind, subscribe to the channel. All that helps out, and it makes it all worth it for nights like these where I'm literally not going to sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.